And she was, like now, like then, was the most vocal of all the persons contest. She was identified as the leader, right, Morano, remember? And so since from then you can see the passion in wanting to lead, wanting to represent, and loving, notwithstanding residing in Georgetown, and for other reasons too, wanting to see her region do better. And so please forgive me for digressing a little and to focus a little on yourself. And so based on the numbers you just gave, I quickly checked. So this should be your fifth pageant, the Miss Region 1, that is, fifth pageant. And it won't be the last. So it's a great pleasure therefore of mine to join you all tonight with the delegates, with the distinguished guests, because tonight it marks a formal beginning, a journey that requires the requisite discipline, the necessary preparation, because if you don't, then your result will show for itself, and a clear sense of purpose, qualities which I'm sure you as delegates already possess. As Minister of Housing, the sector I have responsibility, I normally speak a different language, talking about building communities, infrastructure, etc. But nation building reality is not just about structures. It's also about the people, creating opportunities. And so platforms like these allows individuals to grow, allows you to contribute your party. There is a quiet strength in Region 1, resilience that does not only seeks attention, but consistently contributes to the fabric of our entire country. And I want to recognize Dr. Abel, I almost said Dr. Well, I hope you're embarking on that, but Mr. Marty D'Souza, our Deputy Chief Executive Officer that has responsibility for Amerindian and Indigenous education, is one such example. And tonight, some of those strengths, it will be reflected on the platform in a few. But to you, the courageous delegates, you represent a region. You represent a proud region. And not one just because of the numerical one. But let me say this. Pageantry today extends any bit of just presentation. Far beyond that. It encompasses awareness and ability to represent something that is greater than yourself. This platform gives you an opportunity to develop broad presentations that are expressed across all our regions. As a government, we understand that the development must be inclusive. So while we are building infrastructure, we're building homes, Minister of Amerindian Affairs, Region 1, will be here tonight. She's traveling to represent her country at the United Nations. Will therefore see, tonight I'm giving that commitment, will therefore see that and the hard work that Dr. James would have put in having, and that is why we're to play whatever role and support Dr. Treasure James and her team to ensure that this is going to become much, much larger than even Region 1. We believe that development must not be centralized. Instead, it must be accessible, it must be visible, and it must reflect the full diversity of our people. Initiatives like this contribute to that vision. They create space for growth, for engagement, for representation. They highlight the importance of culture, bringing people together, bringing community leaders, identifying potential leaders, and bringing together national pride. I want to therefore end by commending the organizers for your continued vision and commitment. For programs like these, as I said, require planning, coordination, and a clear belief in what is possible. And tonight is evident of that effort. As we move towards the culmination of this pageant, I encourage continued support from sponsors, from the communities, and from stakeholders. When we support initiatives, good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for your brief remarks and, of course, very inspiring words. We're now going to have another cultural item, and this will be a dance. This dance will be done by the St. John's Dance Group. So if we are ready for them, we ready? Yes, we are. So please welcome the St. John's Dance Group. Please give them a round of applause.
As soon as I do touchdown, back to the morning. Just give me some space, so much empty place. I want to break away, my body glowing. Love was some kissing me, and you is good for me. I want to feel it down in my skin. Now we might turn up, now I feel like the erupt. Break down, I can be destroyed. It's all that I need, now it's time to break away. As soon as I step outside my instruction, I'll be jumping up by each junction. About to rise up in the air, 'cause I got this feeling.
Let's give it a for the St. John's Dance Group. Thank you so much. And we now get to the segment where we get to meet our delegates. But before we get to the introduction of our delegates, I would like to, at this point in time, call on our reigning queen, Miss Tuana Payne. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our reigning Miss Region 1 Queen, Miss Tuana Payne.
Good evening, distinguished guests, special invitees, sponsors, supporters, and everyone joining us tonight. It is truly an honor to stand before you as we celebrate another exciting chapter of the Miss Region 1 pageant. For those of you who may or may not know me, my name is Tuana Payne, your Miss Region 1 2024. It is with immense pride and a heart full of gratitude that I stand before you today to welcome each of you, our beautiful delegates, which we're not here, but um, standing here brings back a flood of memories. Not too long ago, I was exactly where they are right now, filled with excitement, a little nervousness, and so many questions about what lay ahead. What I can tell you is this. You are about to embark on a journey that will challenge you, shape you, and ultimately transform you in ways you never imagined. This experience is not just about the crown or stage, it's about the moments in between, the laughter shared during rehearsals, the late nights when exhaustion sets in, but you keep pushing. And the early mornings when you rise again, determined to give your best. There will be rough patches, moments when you doubt yourself, when things don't go as planned, but it is in those moments, those very best moments, that your strength is built. One of the most beautiful parts of this journey is the sisterhood. The women standing beside you today will become your support system, your cheerleaders, and your lifelong friends. I still cherish the relationships I had with my fellow sisters, Alicia, Anissa, Liana, Keisha, and Tio. The inside jokes, the shared nerves, backstage, the joy of celebrating each other's victories, those moments, those bonds are real and they're lasting. We had so many unforgettable moments, times when we laughed until we couldn't breathe, when we lifted each other up after a tough day, and when we realized that this journey was bigger than a competition. It was about unity, growth, becoming the best version of ourselves. And speaking of growth, I can confidently say that I am not the same person I was when I first stepped into this pageant. This experience has helped me become more confident, more disciplined, and more aware of my purpose. It taught me resilience, grace under pressure, and the importance of believing in myself even when it felt difficult. Pageantry or modeling has always been one of my passions, and for those of you who may know that I also do runway modeling. Last year, I was casted for one of the biggest fashion shows hosted by the government called Origins. It was truly quite an experience meeting models like myself and creating a bond getting to know each other. I also did other fashion shows for the Nine Nations, which it is called Indigenous Imagination, and other fashion shows as well. This year, I hope to be casted once again in the Origins. Anyways, too much about me. To each of you, I want to say this. Again, to the delegates that are not here. And believe when I say this, embrace every moment, give your all, even on the hard days. Be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Remember that your worth is not defined by a title, but the impact you make and the way you carry yourself throughout this journey. Walk proudly, speak confidently, and never forget why you started. Together, you all represent the beauty, strength, and potential of Region 1. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready to meet the inspiring young women who will be competing for the title. Let us celebrate their courage, support their journey, and cheer them on every step of the way. Without further ado, I say to you all, welcome to the Miss Region 1 Pageant 2026. Your journey begins now, and I promise you it will be one you will never forget. Thank you, and may your journey be filled with growth, sisterhood, and unforgettable memories.
Thank you very much, Joanna, and your message was received loud and clear by the delegates. They're all listening to you, even though they're not present here in the room. So your message has reached home. At this point in time, we will now have, I was looking at the banner, the unveiling of the delegates. So we will actually get to meet these beautiful young ladies, and they will be coming in, having their first walk, then they will introduce themselves. So, are you ready? I would like to introduce to you delegate number 1.
Under the bright lights, taking full stage. Tonight, I am not just here to put on a show. I came to shine, proudly carrying the heart and dreams of my Region 1. I display the passion, resilience, and the beauty of the lush and vibrant lands of Maruka, Santa Rosa Village, the treasure of Aquero. In the spirit of pride, I, LaDonna Roberts, I am a visionary and a voice for the youth of my community, seeking to amplify the rich cultural heritage that makes us who we are. Empowering hinterland youth through skills, education, and opportunities. Many young people face challenges such as limited opportunities, lack of skills training, and to education. These realities have inspired my platform. Through this initiative, I aim to ignite ambition, nurture talent, and create pathways that allow our young people to build brighter futures while strengthening the communities we call home. So let me, your symbol of hope, carry your dreams as we take flight to endless possibilities of who we can become. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madonna. At this point in time, I will ask the Honorary Minister assist us with the sashing of the Madonna, who will be assisted by Dr. James. Delegate number 1, LaDonna Roberts. Thank you very much, Minister. We will have you sash the next delegate as well. And we welcome delegate number 2 for their first walk. Let's welcome delegate number 2.
She is confident. She is determined. She is a Chantal Manning, a proud teacher from the peaceful village of Longna. I find joy in the quiet, the beauty of nature, the wisdom of a good book, and enjoys a hearty plate of cook-up rice, spiced with 2 fiery weary peppers. But beyond these simple pleasures, I carry a powerful belief that every human being has value, purpose, and a voice that deserves to be heard. Tonight, I am here not only for myself, but to show the world that I am better doing these things. Normally, experiences pushing people into isolation. My platform shows that I am grateful
Thank you very much, Chantal Manning. Your platform is...
My platform is breaking the stigma surrounding HIV victims. For many people living with HIV, the greatest battle is not the virus itself, but the judgment, the rejection, and the rejection that push people into isolation. These experiences prevents people from seeking the care and support they need. I believe that ignorance fuels stigma, but education creates understanding. Through empathy, awareness, and empowerment, I hope to build communities where people feel safe to get tested, safe to seek treatment, and safe to live openly without fear or shame. I stand here with courage in my heart and purpose in my voice to advocate for change, to break stigma, and to remind the world that compassion is stronger than prejudice. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your testimony. I'd like to invite again the Minister, Honorable Minister, to sash delegate number 2, Chantal Manning. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. As we get ready for delegate number 3, let's welcome delegate number 3.
Distinguished guests, fellow contestants, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Miss Brittany Chu, a proud 18 years old mathematics teacher of the Hospital Secondary School, proudly representing the beautiful community of Kamaka in the Maroon and I am proudly sponsored by Kamaka Roof Garden and Bar. As an educator, I am passionate about empowering our youth and inspiring them to believe in their potential. My platform addresses the prevalence of suicide within the Mabuza district, an issue reminding us that mental health struggles are real and often hidden behind silent smiles. Many young people suffer in silence, feeling unheard and unsupported, but we can change that. Together, we can create safe spaces where they feel valued, supported, and free to express themselves. Tonight, I not only stand here as a contestant, but as a voice of hope and an advocate for change in Mabruma. Because when we give our young people hope, we give our future strength. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Delegate. I would like to invite our regional chairman, assisted by project coordinator, the Sash, Brittany Chu. Thank you very much, Brittany. As we get ready for delegate number 4, let's welcome delegate number 4.
Good evening, honored guests and fellow contestants. Hailing from the most scenic and lush landscapes of the Matukai district, beautiful and bold, I am Omira George. At 20 years old, I am an educator who believes that true beauty is not simply what we see in the mirror, but the light we awaken in the lives of others. I am a young individual driven by purpose and passion, and I proudly advocate for addressing the rising threat of drug abuse
My passion, my heart, and my unwavering commitment to building a future where our youth are supported, educated, and empowered to rise above the pressures that threaten their potential. I have all it takes. So walk with me, yes, walk with me on this journey as I rise with confidence, purpose, and determination to be crowned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to chairman to assist us in the session. And Myron George, delegate number 4. Thank you very much, Regional Chairman. Myra George, delegate number 4. As we get ready for delegate number 5, let us welcome delegate number 5.